This is exactly right.
When a charming neurosurgeon rode into Frontier Town selling a persona of confidence and care, patients trusted him.
He wore cowboy boots in the operating room and became sought after by patients.
He promised to heal them. Instead, he left a trail of broken bodies.
This is a story of greed, betrayal, and a fight for justice.
Listen to Dr. Death, the Cowboy, wherever you get your podcasts, or binge the entire series right now, only with Audible. Goodbye. Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and moments that make the season unforgettable.
From sun-kissed metals to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra.
Each design moves with you from beach days to golden nights and every memory in between.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold. Goodbye.
Summer is for adventures, road trips, and adding a whole lot of miles to your car.
That's why it's worth stopping at Valvoline Instant Oil Change first.
Their trained techs help you get road trip ready with an oil change and an 18-point maintenance check included with every oil change, checking your tire pressure, wipers, lights, and more.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change techs complete over 270 hours of training, so your car's in capable hands.
Best part? You can stay in your car and you're in and out in about 15 minutes.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Change wisely.
Goodbye.
Here we are.
This is recording now.
Mm-hmm. Am I gonna really annoy you if I keep telling you not to hold that part of this?
Oh no, I need it.
Is it gonna annoy you though? I feel like at some point you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna murder you.
Let's plan out our first fight now.
I'll start crying immediately.
I feel like anytime we've even come within 30 miles of the slightest fight, we have a total talk down.
Yeah, you'd be like, I want to talk to you about something.
Yeah.
I like that.
Did I say that?
No, that we both, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I think it's because we started our friendship at a place of vulnerability.
Yes.
By talking about literally being vulnerable.
That's right. And also, when I think about being in a fight with you, it makes me immediately want to start crying. I'm just like, I can't have it. I just can't. I'll do anything to make sure it doesn't happen.
Yay. I'm going to do so much shit now. Now that I know I have fucking carte blanche.
Free reign.
Fuck with you.
Well, I will.
Great.
I'm not saying I won't very firmly confront you.
Right. It's not a fight if you're just screaming at me.
If I scream you down into a corner.
Yeah, that's not technically a fight. If it's one punch and I'm out, that's not a fight.
Some of my favorite fights, because I do the Irish thing where I won't say anything.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I'm out. I'll just be Irish goodbye you.
I think I know that, and that's why I'm like, that's what I'm scared of.
Right. But that's why I'm saying I'll be I'll total conversations at the jump, at the slightest thing.
Okay.
That's why I'll always be like, here's how I feel, here's my thing, and here's I need you to know my thing.
We're adults and we know our things by now.
Yeah, you got to say your thing. You know what? It's only fair that you give the other person a chance. You say, here's the thing, and give the other person a chance.
Yeah, and you'll know by their response whether or not there's someone that you can have a lifelong relationship with, or at least for the next few weeks. Until I do it again.
Until our podcast gets out of the top 10. Are we out already? We must be.
We're not. I checked today. Excuse me. That was loud.
That was the best reaction.
No, it's so good. You guys were in the top 10 iTunes comedy podcasts. We were number 1 a week ago. I'm disappointed in you guys. No, I'm not. I love you.
Don't say that.
So, maybe the reason we're not number 1 anymore is because nobody knows what podcast this is. Hey, this is My Favorite Murder.
Oh, yeah, This Is My Favorite Murder, starring Georgia Hardstark.
And Karen Kilgara.
We say each other's names. If you're trying to figure out who's talking, I always say Georgia Hardstark. It's like a cute, I think it's things people do it on the radio a lot.
It's cute.
It's cute.
So on our fucking storied, famed Facebook group that everyone loves, that has 11,000
Holy 11. The last time I looked, it was 9.
11,000 people in it. And they're all cool. Somehow they're all fucking cool.
Because everybody gets that everybody else wants everybody to be cool.
Yeah. And when they're not cool and they like get a talking to, they're like, I'm sorry, cool. Our last names are kill hard together.
Oh, fuck
hard
yeah.
Kill.
Hard kill.
Hard start and Kilgara.
I like that a lot. That's it. They are kind of badassy murder names.
It's almost like fucking fate.
It's fucking fate.
It's Hard Kill. That's the name of our TV show.
That's a good idea. The Hard Kill.
The Hard Kill. The book we write together about.
I feel like if we do the Hard Kill, we should both dress up as, like, we should dress up like kind of 70s news anchors.
Oh, I was going to think you were going to say spy versus spy.
And try to kill each other. But we have to be vulnerable about it and really discuss it.
Yeah, and like sad.
I feel like I want to come at you with a knife, but...
Hard Kill is definitely 70s anchor women.
Yeah. Where like we have bows at the neck and...
Feathered hair. You have feathered hair. You, because you already have this great... You do feathered hair. I'll do like a Mary Lou Retton bowl cut.
Oh my God.
How great would that?
God, Hard Kill. Let's do this
Hard
thing.
Kill. Is anyone listening who wants to make a TV show for us?
We're specifically talking about FXX. If anyone from FXX is listening, we just call out. Well, you know what? That's how they do it on The Secret. You just ask for what you want to the universe or, to
podcast listeners.
I just sit in at work today. Everybody had a conversation about how they don't understand what podcasts are.
What?
And they don't understand why they're popular. And I just sit there like with my dirty secret that I have 2 podcasts. I just kept looking around.
That, they bring you joy. Like you don't even just have them.
I almost at one point said, it's kind of like if you could control the radio.
Yeah. It's a radio show.
It's a radio. If you liked what you were listening to on the radio, that's kind of what it's like.
It's a radio show, and there are various topics, all that span everything, and you're always going to find one you're interested in.
Yeah. It's basically, do you like 2 dudes just interrupting each other? They've got that.
They've got a lot of that.
They've got that. Do you like 2 grown women who talk like they're in junior high about murder?
We're here.
We've got, hello and welcome.
That's us. Nobody knew that you had 2 podcasts?
Well, Kreisel knows, my boss knows, but he wasn't saying anything.
Yeah, he was like keeping your secret.
And Fred knows because he's been on one of them.
Oh, right.
But he was just, it was just everybody kind of, I had that exact same feeling before I started listening to podcasts. I was like, why would anyone want to listen to stand-up comics talking? That's all I've listened to for the past 20 years of my life. It's so boring unless you're really shit-faced.
Or just NPR. Nobody likes fucking... Never mind. I'm not going to talk shit on them.
Yeah, let's not be shit talkers.
Yeah.
What I do like is cool music jams. That's how I usually spend my time if I'm going to just listen to something.
Not me. Fucking audio book.
You're all about that.
Freak.
But then, when the first couple times I listened to podcasts driving home to San Francisco on the 5.
You fall asleep?
God bless. No, it makes the ride feel like it's an hour long.
I have a friend who was on a fucking road trip with her boyfriend this weekend texting me. We're listening. We're on episode 12.
Oh.
Like totally into it.
Don't you love there was a couple people who were sending, who were posting on the Facebook page, why don't you guys have an episode 12? And it turns out we do. That's Our Bodies Are 12s.
Oh, yeah.
Another, a great title. I'll say it myself. But I was immediately like, oh, shoot, because of when we misnumbered the other ones.
Oh, yeah.
When we thought 15 was 16. I assumed they were right immediately, but it was some weird thing with...
glitch.
Yeah. It was an iTunes glitch or something glitch.
We should have said this from the beginning because I bet people are fast forwarding through this chit chat to the murders. That's how I feel about myself. That's how my self-esteem is.
We cannot blame you.
We have t-shirts, and this is the last, if you're listening to this like now.
Real time.
This is the last call to this t-shirt.
Today's June 1st.
June 1st. It's
Happy June.
Happy June. My favorite murder shirts.com. Go buy one. They end. I don't know.
Wait, how much longer do they have?
I don't know. I think we'll just leave it up for a couple more days so this podcast can come out, this episode can come out, and then people can get it to like Monday or Tuesday. If it's there, it's still there. But then
If not, there'll be a second phase design.
Yeah, but it won't be this design.
No, we're going to do a new one. And it will be, you will be able to get a t-shirt that says, "Stay sexy, don't get murdered."
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
We've already announced that. Have we?
No, I don't know. Have we?
I don't know. I don't listen to this podcast. I like NPR.
Should we do
it?
That?
That's you're bridging. So if you hear that noise, you know you can stop fast forwarding through the talking.
That is the dial.
Somebody actually did tweet and ask us if we could please put in markers so that they can get straight to the murders. I didn't take it that way. I just started laughing because I was like, as if I would ever know how to do anything technical ever.
Oh no! I feel like you get 5 minutes in. That's almost 5:10.
Yeah,
let's do 5.
No, let's do as much as we fucking want.
You know what?
You know what?
I listen to a podcast called Sleep With Me that I'm obsessed with.
You love that podcast.
It helps you fall asleep at night. It's just this guy telling boring stories, and I fast forward the first 5 minutes, and yet I'm yelling at people not to do it.
You know, you got to do what you got to do.
All right, let's just not be like everyone else.
Everybody be yourself.
Be yourself.
And especially with podcasts.
Yeah. And thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
I think that's how you know it's done. I think we've done that last time too. That'll be the new thing.
That's a good idea.
That's our transition is fake.
Goodbye.
Fake hanging
We pretend like we're going to leave the room and the murders are now going to tell themselves.
Here, let's introduce Karen and Georgia.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, this isn't us.
Yeah, we're the intro hosts.
Oh wait, we're exactly at 10 minutes now.
Summer means a whole new world for your feet.
They're walking more, sweating more, and going barefoot all day long.
For summer feet that need real comfort, there's Bombas.
Bombas has a whole line of sport-specific socks for golf, yoga, the gym, and every kind of runner.
They also make soft, supportive compression socks that are especially great for summer travel.
Bombas sandals and slides are made from super lightweight, cushy, waterproof EVA foam, so they feel incredibly comfortable.
And the best part? For every item you buy, Bombas donates an essential clothing item to someone facing housing insecurity, with over 200 million donations and counting.
I wore my Bombas compression socks on the plane ride to and from Italy. And listen, I'm a girl of a certain age at this point. It needs to be done. And I felt so comfy and so secure with my cute little Bombas socks.
So head over to bombas.com/MFM and use code MFM for 20% off your first purchase.
That's BOMBAS.com/MFM, code MFM at checkout. Goodbye. In the summer, healthy habits are easy to keep until you leave the house.
You walk out the door, and the next thing you know, you're barefoot and feral in a gas station candy aisle.
That's why Kachava makes it easy to maintain your routines.
Kachava is an all-in-one nutrition shake, and now it comes in new travel packs.
Every packet gives you a simple shake with protein, fiber, vitamins and minerals, greens, probiotics, omegas, electrolytes, and more.
They're easy to toss into a bag, easy to take on the road, and a simple way to stick with your normal wellness habits, even when your schedule changes.
Man, that Kachava matcha in the individual packs is like my dream snack. It's exactly what I need and want in between the not great meals I'm eating for lunch and the snacks I would have had anyways that are terrible for me. This is something I feel like I'm treating myself when I take.
You're treating yourself to vitamins, fiber, all these things that your body really wants and needs and kind of craves that it does seem like it takes a big effort to get. So now you're getting it all in one packet and in a little drink you like.
Take your daily ritual with you.
Go to Kachava.com and use code MFM for 15% off your first order.
That's Kachava, KACHAVA.com, code MFM.
Goodbye.
If you're always on the lookout for a great audiobook or just want help figuring out what to listen to next, there's a podcast you should know about.
It's called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audio Book Club, hosted by Cal Penn.
Each episode takes a closer look at some of the most talked about new audiobooks on Audible, spanning a wide range of genres from sci-fi and literary fiction to rom-coms, thrillers, and comedy.
Cal is joined by guests who dig into what these stories are about, what makes them stand out as audiobooks, and why they're connecting with listeners right now.
If you're looking for your next listen, this is a great place to start.
Listen to Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye.
Okay, you're first this week.
I'm first this week? Okay.
Let's get down to business. I don't want to mess around. What is this? Something circus in town.
We're going to get deep into this shit. Are you guys ready for our favorite murders? Wait.
Yes,
where the fuck is my fave?
We love murder.
Oh my God. I thought mine was deleted from my...
Oh my God.
All right. I'd never heard of this one.
Uh-oh.
The Freeway Phantom Killer?
Oh, shit, y'all.
You heard of this one?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't think so.
This is some fucked up shit. And here's what I was thinking. I want to not only do white women like Martha Moxley getting killed.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I found this one and I'm like, I'd never heard of this. And it's a fucking serial killer where 6 young girls gotten murdered in the same area.
Are they women of color?
They are all black women.
Yeah, that's fucking... Yeah.
And it's tragic. I'll get into it. All right, Here we go. So, the Freeway Phantom was a name given to an unidentified serial killer known to have abducted, raped, and strangled 6 female youths in the Washington, D.C. area from April 1971 through September 1972. So that's not even a fucking year.
No.
Which immediately makes you think he got arrested right afterwards or moved on.
Oh, because they don't know who it is?
Oh, yeah. Unidentified still.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I have some suspects. The victims were all African-American girls between the ages of 10 and 18.
No.
Sweet baby angels. Okay, so the first one was in April 1971. 13-year-old Carol Spinks was sent by her sister to go to a 7-Eleven located half a mile away from her home, which is like what you do back then. You go walk. And 13, that's like old enough.
Oh, so old. We used to walk to the store, the corner store, which is like easily a half a mile away every single day from when I was like 6 years old.
Yeah, we used to jaywalk on one of the busiest streets, like encouraged to jaywalk to the store across the street.
Just cut across the street.
Yeah, just run fast.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. On her way home from the store, Carol was abducted and her body was found 6 days later on a grassy embankment next to the northbound lanes of the I-295. Over a month later, in July, Darlenia Johnson was 16, was abducted while on her way to a summer job at a recreation center. 11 days later, her body was discovered 15 feet from where Spinks had been found. So, again, on the freeway, near the freeway. In July 1971, little 10-year-old Brenda Crockett failed to return home after having been sent to the store by her mother again. 3 hours after, here's this interesting. 3 hours after Brenda was last seen, because they were immediately like this, she should have come home.
Yeah.
The phone rang and it was answered by her 7-year-old sister who was waiting at home to see if she'd come home while her family was searching the neighborhood. Brenda was on the line crying and she said, "A white man picked me up and I'm heading home in a cab." And then she added that she believed she was in Virginia before abruptly saying bye and hanging up. Weird.
What?
A short time later.
Wait, sorry. If it's 1971, how is she calling from a cab?
Yeah. There's a lot of inconsistencies. Okay. Well, I want to hear your opinion on this too.
Okay. This sucks.
I know. I'm sorry.
No.
I guess.
I feel like I can see them in my head.
I do too. A short time later, the phone rang again, and this time it was answered by the boyfriend of Brenda's mother. It was Brenda again, and she repeated what she said to her sister, and then said, "Did my mother see me?" And he asked, "How could she see you when you're in Virginia?" And the boyfriend also said, "Tell the man to come to the phone and tell me where you're at, and I'll come get you." The boyfriend then heard heavy footsteps in the background, and Brenda said, "I'll see you," and the line went dead. A few hours later, Brenda was found by a hitchhiker on Route 50 near the I-295 in a place where she couldn't be missed. She had been raped and strangled, and a scarf was knotted around her neck.
Ugh.
What is... The thing, "Did my mom see me?" makes me think she drove by the house in this person's car. Like somehow it was someone they knew. You know what I mean? And
right.
it was a white man was maybe, and I'm coming home was maybe a the killer told her to say that to throw them off. Because I bet they didn't expect them to start searching for her so quickly.
Right.
So
also,
maybe she was in the neighborhood.
I wonder, like, why would he let her
Yeah.
use the phone? Was she on drugs or drugged in some way that she
Right.
was saying weird shit? Like,
Yeah.
she got chloroformed, woke up, grabbed the phone.
Totally.
Something, I mean.
But why would that happen a couple times?
Yeah.
After the first
where was
time?
the guy?
Yeah. It makes me think that it's someone she knew.
Did my mom see me?
Yeah. Or maybe he lied to her and said, your mom sent me to come get you or something.
Oh, yeah.
And
your mom knows that you're getting in the car with me.
Yeah. Your mom saw what you were doing. I don't know.
Ugh.
Okay. So authorities quickly concluded that Brenda's call home was at the behest of the killer. That's just their guess, you know? Furthermore, one witness reported having seen one of the victims, Miss Johnson, in an old black car driven by an African-American male shortly after her abduction. So then in October 1971, 12-year-old Nemoshia Yates was walking home from a Safeway store in Northeast Washington, D.C., when she was kidnapped, raped, and strangled. Her body was found within a few hours of her abduction again, which is interesting that he just doesn't keep the bodies.
Right.
Just off the shoulder of Pennsylvania Avenue in Maryland. It's after this murder that the quote, Freeway Phantom moniker was first used in the City tabloid article describing the murders. So, in the last murder, it was November 1971. After having dinner with a high school classmate, Brenda Woodward, 18, boarded a city bus to return to her home. And 6 hours later, police officers discovered her body stabbed and strangled in a grassy area near an access ramp to Route 202 in the Baltimore-Washington Parkway. Oof. Okay, so here's a weird... Oh, no, that's not the final victim. That's the second to final victim. I'm sorry. So a coat had been placed over her as if it was like tucking her in, and in the pockets there was a note from the killer. It said, "This is tantamount to my insensitivity to people, especially women. I will admit the others when you can catch me!" ! Signed, the Freeway Phantom. But he wrote free-way, the Freeway Phantom. And they're saying that it looks like the note was written by the victim in her own handwriting, but I looked at the note and it looks like a fucking psychopath's handwriting. It doesn't look like her handwriting.
So were they interpreting it as like a young person's handwriting, or?
Yeah. Like that it wasn't hers, but I didn't, no, not a young person, just like, I don't know why they came to that conclusion, and I'll tell you why, nobody knows that.
Also, is he using the word tantamount correctly?
That will come back around.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. This is tantamount to my insensitivity to people, especially. So he's saying this is the point. This is how much I don't like people or don't care about people, especially women.
Right.
That's what his point is.
I always thought that tantamount meant equivalent, though.
That's what it means. So I think this murder of this girl is equivalent to how much I don't give a shit about people.
Okay.
I mean, it's not used correctly.
Got it.
So September 1972.
I don't know why I'm so worried about grammar all of a sudden.
No, because it actually comes back. It's an interesting word to use that one would think can be like in the Jinx, how he spelled Beverly.
Yes.
Which helped get him caught, is a fucking great clue.
Every single thing
can
be a clue. Yeah.
Every dot of the I can
indicate something.
Indicate or exonerate.
Yeah.
Something.
That's right.
So September 1972, the Phantom's final victim. So the high school senior Diane Williams, she had cooked dinner for her family and then visited her boyfriend's house. She was last seen boarding a bus again. And a short time later, her strangled body was discovered alongside the I-295, just south of the district line. So those are the murders. So the slangs supposedly triggered one of the largest investigations in the region has seen. 24 detectives were assigned to the hunt initially, and the FBI was called in until Watergate diverted the agency's manpower.
Oh, man.
Fucking rich politicians ruin it again.
With their stupid bullshit.
Yep. Is my cat kicking you?
A little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So among the individuals considered were a gang known as the Green Vega Rapists. That's a fucking cheery name.
Jesus Christ.
Do you think they danced?
What were they up to?
Yeah, I don't know. Just simple little. They played craps. Members of this gang were collectively responsible for numerous Washington, D.C. and surrounding Maryland vicinity rapes and abductions that occurred near the Washington Beltway. So everyone thought it was them. One dude was like, one of the gang members, and they were all incarcerated, was like, I know it wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it. I know who did it. If you don't say who I am, if you keep me anonymous, I'll give you information. And they were like, okay. And he was going to identified the guy, the date and location of the crime, and a signature detail, which was not provided to the public, but which was known only to the perpetrator and to detectives. That signature information was correct. The inmate who provided the information says he wasn't involved, blah, blah, blah. He had an alibi, a verified alibi. But during this period, an election was being held in Maryland, and one of the candidates publicly announced to the press that a break had occurred in the Freeway Phantom investigation and provided that an inmate at the prison where this guy was at had given information.
No.
After that announcement, the inmate who provided the information was like...
Was killed?
No, not killed, but maybe eventually. But he was like later days and denied that he had anything. Ugh. He was just like, I'm out.
You rube.
Total rube.
You idiot politician.
Fucking idiot. And looking through the... I don't think they had any... that they were involved. I don't think...
The Green Vega rapists.
Looking at the evidence and their MO, and this sounds like the work of one person.
Yeah.
I don't think this was them. And it's like rape is a different crime than murdering, kidnapping, raping, murdering with bare hands, disposing of a body.
Yeah, I would think that in gangs, like it reminds me of like Hell's Angels or something, where they take women. They don't usually raping a 10-year-old child crosses a line even when you are a gang member, even when you are like pedophilia and all that kind of shit that's not just standard
and
activity.
Gaining access and the trust of these girls and to get, he had to have gotten them in his car somehow.
That's right.
They had to have gone with him somehow.
It's wolf in sheep's clothing. If you see a gang member, if you see 3 gang members coming at you, you fucking run. You don't get in their car.
Even then, children don't talk to strangers.
Yeah.
So if you see gang members, you're not going to fucking get in the car.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't think it's them. But the case is still open, as we said. So fucked up. Let's see here. All right. So, and there's not, the last article I could find from any of this was from 2013. So, and at that time, all right, here we go. So the DC police detective, James Trainum, he's kind of the dude now who's like, I'm going to try to, was in like 2006. He's like, I'm going to get this sucker.
Yeah.
And a lucky hit on DNA sample could change all that. So here's the fucking thing. Everything got lost or destroyed. All of the fucking evidence.
What?
And that's why that note, there's a photo of it, but there's no way to test it. Everything got thrown away and destroyed.
No.
Yep. But the good news is that because it was in different districts, they were able to find a DNA sample from a district that, not the main district. So Maryland has, Maryland State Police have a sample found on Williams, one of the girls who was killed, and they had never tested it because she was leaving her boyfriend's, so they figured that she had had sex with her boyfriend that night, so they never fucking tested the DNA.
What? Why wouldn't they ask her?
She was dead.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my.
Ask him.
Ask him. I forgot what podcast I was on. Oh my God.
They did ask him, and he said they didn't have sex.
It's so irritating. Like anytime you talk about like police making assumptions, my mind goes to like what?
And this is why people, I don't want to just fucking bury all the cops in this and everything, because this is how stuff was done back then.
This was how stuff was done. That's right.
And it seems like they did put a lot of work into it. But if you ask the families, which there's a lot of interviews from the families, they fucking didn't. And the families are like, it's because if these were all blonde white women, this would have been solved.
That's exactly right.
And, you can't help but believe that.
Well, of course that's true. Of course it is. That's just been tested out time and again.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that the attitude of these cops is like, immediately you're the victim of a crime, you're dead, you've been murdered, and suddenly it's like, well, she fucked her boyfriend. You can hear the slut shaming through the years, and you just know that's they were. It makes me crazy. It's just like not treating people with respect, even in death.
I agree. And this is why I wanted to do this. This is why when I was looking for the next one, I was like, I've never fucking heard about this.
Yeah.
And this is like 6 children got fucking murdered, and there's nobody who got ever, fingered for it. It's insane.
Yeah.
So this guy, Trainum, he took it up as a cold case in 2004. He was like, I'm going to solve this. He thought he had a key piece of evidence that on the clothing of the Phantom's last known victim, they found a potential DNA sample. Let's see here. Okay, so because her body was discovered over the district line in Prince George, Maryland police initially handled the case, and so they had this information. And so it's like this, I found all these articles that they're like, so the DNA testing will be done. If the sample yields a good profile, it'll be submitted to the database, blah, blah, blah. But the last fucking thing I can find about that was from 2013. So I don't know if it's been tested or...
I feel like there should be money.
I think there's 150. Oh, to test it?
Well, I'm just saying. I feel like people in this country need jobs, and like there's like the whole thing of like old rape kits that haven't gone tested, and they're actually doing. What I love is Mariska Hargitay is doing all that work to change it, which God bless her, and all the other people. There's a bunch of people that are like, there is the woman that's the mayor of. Is she city councilwoman in Detroit, or she's the mayor of somewhere. It's on the Facebook page. That's where I read it.
Yeah.
But these people that are just stepping up and being like, no. But I feel like some company could make money. Why aren't they just prioritizing this the way they do everything else in terms of financial gain? Pay people.
Yeah.
Like get it going.
Okay, let's change that. And let's change statute of limitations on rape.
Which is insane.
There's I just want everyone to think about that. There's a statute of limitations on fucking rape, even if it's pedophilia.
Yeah. Even if it's a 10-year-old girl
that
was just trying to go to the corner store.
Yeah.
And here's one thing I'll change is I'll remember that the people that we're talking about are dead. I don't know what just happened.
Were you really thinking that?
Yes.
Like, in your brain?
Well, you know what it was? What's that? The second that you started saying that of like they just assumed she had sex with a boyfriend, I just went down that whole thing of like how many stories to this day in 2016 you hear of judges being the sexism and the misogyny that you hear to this day
of like
in the legal system.
And the reason why we'll never know the exact number of rape victims is because why would you come forward with this rape if you're going to be like, well, you fucked your boyfriend earlier, so it's probably not.
It's just sickening. I mean, it's happening less and less, but the fact that it still happens at all is just a disgrace. It's just like we need to do better as the human race.
We do. So Trainum called on an expert who specializes in this is a fucking fascinating fact. Specializes in narrowing the field of suspects. Kim Rossmo, she's a former Canadian police officer and professor at Texas State University, developed a computer system that plots crime events on a map and helps determine where the suspect's, quote, anchor point or home or workplace or significant location might be. How fucking cool is that?
Yeah.
So they spent weeks looking through reports together. They visited the crime scene and they developed a geographic profile of the killer's movements. I mean, They think the anchor point was in Congress Heights, just south of the hospital. I don't really understand. Nothing came out of that. So they have a suspect that I think sounds pretty good. So there's this dude, Robert Askins, Askins, who's also some like web developer. So when you Google him, put murder in. Oh. He had been charged with raping a 24-year-old woman in his house. He had killed prostitutes. He had been charged 3 times with homicide. He was in St. Elizabeth's Hospital, which is down the street from where they thought that that the killer lived, and had later been convicted in a 1938 killing of a prostitute by cyanide poisoning.
Jesus Christ.
But his sentence had been overturned on legal technicalities and saying that he was too impaired to stand, too drunk at the time to be liable for it.
Did you say 1938?
Yeah.
So when he was really young, and he was probably doing, if it was him, doing these ones when he was way older.
Yeah. So they arrested him in 1977 for something else. They found some. Okay, so here's the interesting part. So they went through his stuff and they found in his desk drawer a footnote from the judge's sentence, and the word tantamount had been used over and over in that. And later he would learn that this guy Askins often used the word at the National Science Foundation, where he worked as a computer technician. So everyone he worked with was like, he used the word tantamount a lot. I've never fucking used that word in my life.
I've never used that word. I've never heard anybody else use that word.
That's like a fucking Elmer Fudd word.
Yeah. There's a tantamount to.
Dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, and also, is this guy white?
No.
That's fascinating. He was like a black computer scientist in the 60s and 70s.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I don't know if he was white.
You don't know if he was white or black?
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
I'm going to edit that out because I should have seen that. But I couldn't find any photos of him.
Oh, I guess I assumed he was black because they saw the one girl in the car with a black guy.
Right. I think
But that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take it out.
Technicians found on all 6 victims green synthetic carpet fiber, on all but one of the victims' clothing. And they couldn't find anything like that in this dude's house. And they dug up his backyard and they didn't find anything. He was never charged. He's 87, serving a life sentence in a federal prison. I think he died in like 2009 or so.
But on his record, he had already been arrested for killing people 3 other times.
Yeah, but they were always prostitutes. But when he was asked by a reporter later, he said, "I didn't do those crimes, but I hated women so much." Like, he almost was like, "I wish I had."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So it's still an open case. Maybe I called the crime hotline in the county.
Oh yeah,
and asked if they had checked if they had searched the DNA
to get an update,
and they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about, and I felt like an idiot.
Hey, at least you tried.
I know.
I wonder how you do find out about stuff like that.
I think you have to be you have to be some kind of authority. I don't think they'll just give that out. Let's find out about that. Can someone who's in forensics find out if that?
Yeah, or just people that are listening, if you want to be a sleuth, try to find out updates on the Freeway Phantom murders.
It's weird that the last thing I saw was they're trying to test the DNA, and then
just nothing.
Not even there was no match, or it was inconclusive. I mean, I'm just curious.
And also it's just that it's such a quagmire of DNA and testing and all that stuff. It's there are some places where it takes years.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially places where they have high crime. That's not their priority. And this guy's probably dead, whoever it is.
Right.
But the families deserve answers, and that's the point, is that families deserve answers just as much as any other family. Sorry.
Wow.
You know your favorite summer clothes by what actually makes it into your suitcase.
Find the outfits you'll wear all season long at Quince.
Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces you'll reach for all summer long. They're lightweight, effortless to style, and they start at just $32.
Their denim is soft and comfortable, and their organic cotton sweaters are perfect for layering when evenings get cold.
Quince's beautiful 14-karat gold jewelry adds a subtle finishing touch.
So I just went to Italy, and you bet I brought my 100% European linen scoop neck midi dress along with me in the color of floral waterfall, and I wore that thing all over Italy. It was like the perfect day to night. It just looked so pretty, and I felt like I looked sophisticated while still being comfortable.
Make your summer wardrobe feel easier.
Head to quince.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Go to QUINCE.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Quince.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
If you're always on the lookout for a great audiobook or just want help figuring out what to listen to next, there's a podcast you should know about.
It's called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audio Book Club, hosted by Cal Penn.
Each episode takes a closer look at some of the most talked about new audiobooks on Audible, spanning a wide range of genres from sci-fi and literary fiction to rom-coms, thrillers, and comedy.
Cal is joined by guests who dig into what these stories are about, what makes them stand out as audiobooks, and why they're connecting with listeners right now.
If you're looking for your next listen, this is a great place to start.
Listen to Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye.
Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and unforgettable moments that make the season so special.
Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, gathering with friends, or simply soaking up every sunny day, Pandora Jewelry offers meaningful pieces designed to celebrate your unique story.
From sun-kissed metals that catch the light beautifully to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra, every detail is crafted to help you express yourself with confidence and style.
Explore charms, bracelets, rings, necklaces, and more, thoughtfully designed to complement every adventure and occasion.
Each design moves with you, from beach days and road trips to rooftop dinners, golden nights, and every memory in between.
Layer your favorite looks, mark life's meaningful moments, and create lasting reminders of a season you'll never want to forget.
Find the pieces that reflect who you are and where this summer takes you.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold.
Goodbye.
I don't know why I'm surprised every time that I'm like, oh, that was heavy.
Your story from last week,
Yeah.
it ruined people.
Yeah. It ruined me from like age 8.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's so heavy.
It's horrifying.
It's so intense.
What was her name? I'm sorry,
Mary Vincent.
Mary
But
Vincent.
that's the thing I love is that all the people on the Facebook page just keep talking about what a badass Mary Vincent is.
Totally.
She really is. I mean, of course she's had hard times in her life and, struggles. How could you not? But the thing is that she's like, I really encourage everybody, if you liked that story, to watch her episode of I Survived, because she tells her own story. It's amazing.
He turns out had a daughter her age. Is Larry Singleton?
Yeah.
And she's written a few things being like,
I read, somebody posted an article on the page, but I had read that article and it just wasn't, there didn't seem to be pertinent information.
No.
It was just kind of like, this sucked for me too.
Yeah.
Which totally made sense, but it just seemed like it was long enough and I didn't want to go into
I agree.
that.
It
But
wasn't
yeah.
necessary.
Also, just I feel like with all these people, you could, if you did go into all that kind of research, we'd be talking about them for weeks.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what was Larry Singleton's past that he got to that
Totally.
point? I would love to know that.
Total. And is it possible that he just did 2 crimes?
No way.
Fuck no.
No way.
Just like this with this case, the Freeway Phantom, he either got incarcerated or died or moved and did the same shit somewhere else.
Yes.
Like there's no way he just had a less than a year killing spree of 6 women.
No.
Girls, and then just stopped. That doesn't happen. Or that was the beginning.
I just had a fantasy of like someday them in the same way that woman developed that computer thing of like, here's the area that the person might be in. I actually saw that on Numbers one time, which is a show I'll watch every once in a while. Have you ever watched Numbers with the backwards 3?
Yeah, I know that one.
Or the frontwards 3 being used as an E?
Yeah.
But one day they could connect. You know how like we were talking about that one killer and then we're like, he could also be the alphabet killer from Rochester.
Yeah. The Hillside Strangler.
No, that was from last podcast on the left. One of the Hillside Stranglers, they thought Kenneth Bianchi might be the alphabet. But remember my guy that was in Marin, who also, because he had a victim of the same name. Like if there's a computer program that somehow could start linking commonalities in these cases and being like, sure, this person lived in Utah, Texas, and Maryland, but look at all of these, and
slangs. And he had a cousin in Utah. He was from Maryland, and he briefly visited Nevada,
right,
where all these other murders happened at that time. I love when they do piece those together. I'm so happy.
It's so satisfying. It's get a big homeland map of red string and let's start seeing where all these things actually connect.
It's so great when a detective can be like, this guy's clearly a drifter. Where was he during these times?
Yeah.
Calls the local precinct and was like, do you have any murders that look like this?
And they're like, we've been waiting for this call for years.
And then you hear the forensic files. And you're like, fuck, a commercial.
Oh. All right. Do you want to hear this week's My Favorite Murder?
Yes, please.
This is one I wanted to do for a while. And I have to say, when I was looking up the different ones that I wanted to do today, I am very tired from my work. Having to work and do homework as well.
I know.
I'm not used to it. I'm kind of more of a lady of leisure. But I realized that all the ones I want to do are episodes of I Survived that I've seen that I loved. And I was like, I can't just keep retelling I Survived stories.
Can't you?
I guess I can though, because I did again.
And if you add little details in that they didn't add in.
Right. Well, because that's all firsthand account.
Right.
So it's basically the person saying this was like what it was like for me to go through it.
Right.
But I just love that show so much because they are amazing. The stories themselves are crazy and amazing.
I'm not going to watch it because I just want to hear from you.
Okay.
The stories.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, right?
Then I'll never have to bust myself again.
Cool.
But they did a special on I Survived of the Norway attacks. I don't know if you remember those, but they were the attacks on July 22nd in 2011 where Anders Behring Breivik, who was a crazy fucking right-wing fascist, lunatic, racist asshole, first blew up a government building in Oslo and then went on to an island that had a summer camp.
Yes. I remember this horrifying. Go on.
All right. So there is, I can't remember, I couldn't find the actual season and episode number, but if you look up the Norway attacks I Survived, they have a special episode where it's 4 different kids who were on the island who survived these attacks. And also, they speak perfect English.
Oh my God, what? Oslo's like, isn't that it's the most peaceful place in the fucking world?
They not since World War II had they had violence like this in their country. It also has the most beautiful people. My college roommate, Kristen, was obsessed with Norway, and she went there one summer. She talked about it constantly, and she showed me these pictures. We went there, and we went to this music festival, and everyone was just like a gorgeous
Nordic
blonde model.
Yeah.
They are truly amazing.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pretty great. I mean, they've got it down.
Yeah.
But of course, there's always got to be an asshole to ruin things.
Totally.
So this guy, Anders Behring Breivik, he drove a van with a bomb made of fertilizer and fuel oil, which was similar to the Oklahoma bombing, Oklahoma City bombing. He went and drove that and parked it next to the building where the office of the Prime Minister, Jens Stoltenberg, was. And that van blew up. It killed 8 people and it injured 209.
Holy shit.
12 of them very seriously.
Oh,
Luckily, fewer people than normal were in the area because it was in July. So most people, that's the vacation month for Norwegians. And it was a Friday afternoon, so government people were gone for the day.
Why did he do that?
Because he had posted a video on YouTube the day before where he was wearing a scuba suit and holding AK-47 and talking about he wanted to rid his nation of Muslims.
Yeah, the Muslims are the problem, you fucking psychopath.
You fucking terrorist. You are a terrorist trying to point the finger at...
Another case of if you don't like them, kill yourself.
Exactly.
This guy should have
It's too much for you. Take yourself out. Yeah. Or maybe try therapy, pills. I don't know.
Yeah.
But look at the irony of the fact that you are calling you want your nation cleansed of people, and the answer to that is we're actually asking people who are psychotic to look at the irony of their statements.
Totally.
Anyway, we're the naive ones, Georgia.
I know, but I'd rather be. I'm okay with that.
I know. It's true. So he does this hideous bombing. All of Oslo is just going nuts because it doesn't happen there. It does not happen there. And then less than 2 hours later, this guy, Breivik, he's dressed up like a cop. Yeah.
That's not fair. Like, I call bullshit on that.
It's the creepiest, worst, that thing where you immediately have the trust of people and you're manipulating that trust. So he gets on a ferry and he takes the ferry over to the island of Utoya. I'm going to pronounce it like a dirty American, and as I will every other word in this article that is basically sounds like me reading an IKEA catalog. It's going to be that bad.
Is it? I wonder if any murderer has ever taken a ferry to his murder place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That seems almost like
maybe that should be next week's theme.
I feel like he should have taken a what are the ones where you stand up and room across the
a gondola?
a jet ski.
Oh, okay.
Like a jet ski.
A ski-doo?
Something, but a fucking ferry.
He had to jump on the ferry with all the other commuters. So he goes over to a summer camp. The average age of the campers are 18.
No, why?
They're the Norwegian Youth Labor Party. So it's basically, it would be like if a bunch of young Democrats, and there was a lot of children that were related to
higher ups in the government.
Yes, government workers and people that were sorry.
So you're good. He was sending a message strictly to these people, which when has that ever worked? When are people ever going to be like, okay?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If your plan is to kill people's children, you're the bad guy. Sorry.
Dude.
Anyway, I'm doing it again. So he goes over onto the island of Utoya. He is dressed like a cop. And he tells them, they hear about the bombing in Oslo, which is, of course, it's a national emergency.
Totally.
So he, dressed as a police officer, goes to say that he's come for a routine check because there's all these diplomat and politicians' children on this island. So he's there to check if everybody's okay.
Sure.
So he meets with a woman named Monica Boise, who's the camp leader and the island hostess. And there is also a man who is the security officer on the island named Trond Bernsten. And he was also an off-duty cop.
Oh, please do something.
Breivik killed both of them immediately.
I was going to be like, maybe this guy.
Yeah, no. So he gets access to the island, immediately meets with the people in charge, takes out the adults in charge.
How surprised do you have to be to have that happen to you? Like, the moment before you die.
Oh my God, it's the last thing you expect.
Yeah.
And so he goes down. So in this episode of I Survived, the kids tell this story. But there was a lot of kids, they had gathered everybody up to tell them that this bombing had happened in Oslo. So then there were still people sitting on this big kind of outside area, kind of standing around and talking about it. And this guy shows up dressed as a cop and he calls everyone around,
I'm gonna throw up.
Asks them to gather up. And then just starts shooting. And so the kids it's like they've just gotten this terrible news. Then this starts happening. They have no idea what's going on.
Like, you don't even know to run because it's so surreal.
It's so surreal. That's what they all say. And he's dressed like a policeman.
Totally.
So on top of it, they don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, because they probably still think he's a policeman. It's not like you're like, oh, this guy lied.
Right, exactly. And also you're far away enough. So if you're seeing it happen, they think, is this some sort of huge prank or is it an emergency? some of the kids said that on the other parts of the island, because they did have, it wasn't strange that there would be gunshots on the island because they were out in nature, and they said that wasn't a weird thing. Yeah, like that didn't surprise them. But then it was when they heard screaming that they realized something bad was happening.
Oh, no.
This island is also very small.
Is it?
Yeah. So for the next hour and a half.
No.
Yep. This guy
Rampage.
walking and running around the island, picking kids off.
No.
So
Where do they hide? Where do you hide?
It's such a nightmare. So some kids hid in a freezer, and there's kids that told a story of hiding in a freezer, like 5 kids. He walked into the kitchen area all the way around and to the freezer, but didn't look inside and walked away. And that's the reason they survived. And there's kids, there's article after article where kids tell stories like that, where they were in their bunk, they all went under mattresses or whatever, and they just held their breath and hid. And then there's other stories that these kids tell from I Survived, where like they're hiding and their phone goes off because the parents are calling to see if they're okay, and that's what gives them away. It's bone chilling. This guy just walks around picking off kids.
I'm gonna throw up. I always want to know, like I always immediately think when I hear stories like that, or like Columbine or school shootings, like where would I be in that room? Like where would I hide? Where would I be?
Yes.
You're never gonna know if it's the right place to go or not.
Well, and also when you're in a panic situation like that, you're just gonna make do with what the best, thing that's near you.
Yeah.
It's just luck. It's dumb luck and random fate.
Totally.
It's terrible. The other thing too is he had enough time that he was going around. He shot kids, and then there was some kids who were just laying there pretending to be dead.
Right.
He had enough time to go back around and double check and shoot them if they weren't dead. So it's fucked. So some kids had places to hide. Some kids would come out of the places where they were hiding and then realize that the guy wasn't gone yet. So they would hide for half an hour and then think it must be all clear. And it just because they weren't hearing screaming anymore.
You guys don't leave your hiding place until a real cop comes. I don't know.
But how would you know? I mean,
as I was saying that, I was like,
I know. This is why, this is such a terrible worst case scenario because it's also in a place where they don't have school shootings. They don't have stuff like that happen. It's not common at all. And then it's just a kid's camp. It's like so much innocence that it's just the most surreal. Yeah. A bunch of kids jump into the lake and start swimming away across, and now it's really cold water.
Yeah.
Really cold water. And thank God there were people that were on the islands across and in the houses that heard stuff, heard gunshots, heard screaming. At first thought that the gunshots must have been firecrackers, whatever. But there was one guy who had a big boat who heard it and got a call to say something bad is happening. Yeah. You have to go over to that island. He thought it was a prank, but went anyway.
Oh my goodness.
God bless. He saved 30 kids.
Holy shit.
Because he just went. He was like, this sounds like nothing, but I will go anyway.
Totally.
There were kids in the water. He was throwing out life jackets to kids who he couldn't fit on the boat. They did like 4 trips.
Oh my God.
He did that. He was a local named Marcel Gieffi, is how I'm going to think it's pronounced. He was a German resident that was staying at a camping area on the mainland, and he got his boat out there. Then there was another 40 kids were saved by Hege, Hege, Dahlin, and Toril Hansen, who was a married couple who were holidaying nearby. This Wikipedia was clearly written by a foreign person, using words like holidaying. Dahlin was helping from land, so kids were swimming up onto land, and she was getting them like to safety while Hansen and another neighbor were making boat trip rescues. And then there was a man named Casper Oleg, who made 3 trips to the island in his boat. And And, Casper is the one who thought initially it was a prank, but went anyway. Altogether, 150 kids swam away from the island and were pulled out of the fjord by campers on the opposite shore.
Holy shit.
So it always makes me feel better when you hear that, like, the other citizens taking action and helping out.
Yeah.
But the thing was, this motherfucker, once he saw that kids were getting into the water, went down and just started strafing the water.
Dude.
So he was in berserker mode, as they like to say on Last Podcast on the Left.
Sure.
He was in the mode where no one was going to live.
How did they stop him?
Basically, the cops finally showed up after an hour and a half.
Why did it take so long?
Because
they were at the bombing.
They were at the other bombing, and they didn't get word, and all there. It was a bunch of different stuff, but yeah, it basically just took them. That was how far away it was and how long it took. They finally got on, it was a bunch of cops in like full riot gear and SWAT type gear went on and just made an announcement saying, put your gun down. And I think at that point he was done.
Yeah.
Because they said he had made a couple of calls too. So I think it was that kind of thing where it was like he made his first round and then it was just like he was coming down off of it.
And he was ready to put his message out too, probably.
Yeah.
It was like this wasn't just to kill people. This was like a message.
It was absolutely a message. Yeah. And it was this kind of thing of like, we need to take our country back.
Yeah.
And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to deliver the message to these politicians and to these people who are quote unquote allowing things to happen. Yeah. So at the end of the day, Breivik had killed 68 children outright.
Jesus.
68 children.
Oh my God.
That's more that was in my high school graduating class.
That makes me so sick.
It's terrible. And then he injured 110, 55 of them seriously. The 69th victim died in the hospital 2 days later. So he was arrested. He was examined by a court-appointed forensic psychiatrist, and he was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. And they concluded that he was psychotic at the time of the attacks and criminally insane. But when it came time to have him go to court, they did a second psychiatric evaluation and found that he was not criminally insane, that he was fully aware of what he was doing. It was planned, and it had been planned for years. Because not only did he post that YouTube video the night before, but he had been, for years, had been talking and ranting about this xenophobic shit of we need to get these people out. And of course, he had a manifesto.
Right.
So they find the manifesto, and there are sections that he ripped off directly from the Unabomber without attributing. And he just replaced replaced leftists, which was Unabomber, with cultural Marxists. When he first started shooting the kids, he kept yelling, "Today is the day you die, Marxists."
Wow.
So he was accusing everybody of being, like communists or whatever.
Man, my children. I mean, not that adults are any better, but it's just like,
because that's going to send
is.
like the fastest, worst message. And it's also, that's a person who wants to do evil.
Yeah.
This isn't just, you send it, you park a van that has a bomb in it next to a government building, and that's chaos and mayhem. You're trying to create,
and you're walking away from it. It's not like you're point blank shooting. But that is like,
he took it to the next level because he's evil, and he wanted evil to be done. Which is like, who do you think you are to protect anybody from anything or pretend that's what your intentions are?
Yeah.
When what you are doing is killing children of your own country. That's where your argument falls apart.
Yeah.
So he also, in this manifesto, said he was an admirer of the Tea Party movement of America.
Oh, well, there you go.
So, just know that. know who you're appealing to. On August 24th, he was found to be sane by that panel of judges and sentenced to preventative detention, which is a sentence of 21 years in prison that can be repeatedly extended by 5 years as long as the person is considered a threat to society.
That's not long enough. He should have been fucking
It's the maximum sentence allowed by Norwegian law. And the only way to allow for life imprisonment is to get the 21-year sentence and then re-up it every 5 years, to re-examine it every 5 years. So it's a version of parole, of a parole board. They just don't do the whole, we sentence you to 200 years in prison
He's just
or whatever.
never gonna, like, how unsatisfying. There's something about sentencing someone to life in prison or fucking to the death penalty that's like satisfying in a way. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Not that I believe in the death penalty or don't, but there's something so satisfying. Something about like 20 years to life is like kind of a bummer. It's a bummer,
but the good thing is that it seems like these guys do it in almost the opposite way. What they're saying is you can only sentence someone to prison for 21 years, and then you have to keep looking at it. So it's not like you go into prison and rot, because it's that thing of worrying about sending someone who shouldn't be there.
Right.
So it's a checks and balance that, isn't satisfying in the outright, but this is a man who will never, you kill politicians' children, you're never getting out of prison.
Yeah.
Although there was an article about that their prisons are so nice. They look like college dorm rooms.
Oh my God, I bet.
I mean, because it's just everything. That's just a higher quality of life there. They do everything better.
Yeah.
So there was he was petitioning to get an even nicer room because his really nice room wasn't nice enough.
Fuck you.
And this article, it's just insanity when you read it. You're just like, oh, you don't even understand how good you have it.
No.
And like in American prisons, they have like 4 people to a cell, and it's
God, it makes me sick, and it makes me not be able to say that I don't support the death penalty. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I do, but it makes it harder. Okay, what about fucking vigilante justice? Can we do that instead?
But this is, in his mind, he was a vigilante.
You're right.
It just keeps turning back on itself.
I know.
The instinct is we feel like we know who's doing wrong and we want to take that person out, which is, I do it all the time. I feel it all the time. But there is that thing of like, especially when we're getting into like paid prisons, when we're getting into a prison for pay,
right?
That whole world is so ugly and scary, because then you have people who are making money off of people being incarcerated.
You're right.
And that's terrible.
Right.
But then we talk about we talk about people like Larry Singleton. We talk about a guy like if they caught the Freeway Phantom, then I'd go 2 to the back of the head.
Yeah.
I mean, you want it to be that simple.
I know. Turns out life is complicated.
It's difficult to manage. It's very scary.
We're always trying.
As I think her name was Pauline, who made the poster on the Facebook page, one of my favorite lines on that awesome fucking poster that she made was, go on a journey with the fear. That's kind of what we're doing on this podcast, which made me love her for like even extracting that level of meaning. That's so philosophical. Thank you.
But you and I just think we're just like spouting shit off. But I mean, I hope that I'm happier in my life because we're doing this.
Yeah, because we're actually talking about stuff that we're afraid of. And it's important.
We're finding out so many people feel the same way and are feeling like finding their people.
Yes. That you don't have to just feel like you're stuck in a victim stance. You can actually like explore it in a safe way and hopefully be educated. And I don't know, like
you're not a sick fuck if you're fascinated by this stuff, because it's fucking human condition is fascinating.
And we care about it because it's stuff that like it's women and it's people who don't have a voice. And it's, these untested rape kits where like the first thing I think of is if I make money again where I actually pay off my debts and fix my shit, I will donate money to whatever Mariska Hargitay is doing.
Definitely.
Because that means a lot to me. And we've found a community of people who it means a lot to.
I know.
That's cool.
Let's make I still stand behind the Facebook group. We can solve a cold case together.
I mean, that's how Reddit's doing it.
I know. Reddit's amazing.
Wait, really quick.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing that they posted of those 3 women who were in a restaurant? I think it was in Malibu or in Santa Monica, and they saw the guy putting the stuff in the girl's drink.
Yes, I know one of the girls who's friends with one of the girls. Yes.
Amazing. I loved that
There
story.
were 3 women in a Santa Monica restaurant, Fig,
I think it was called.
Yeah, and friends having happy hour, which we love to do.
Yep.
one of the girls sees from across the room a guy whose date had gotten up and gone to the bathroom. He fucking slyly slipped something in her drink. But the girl at the bar was like, fucking saw that. Goes into the bathroom, confronts the girl and is like, I saw your guy do this.
And then they also tell the manager, I saw the guy do this. We need to do something.
And she sits with him for this whole dinner. They're watching him. He keeps trying to cheers her to get her to drink. She's not drinking. And they keep, the manager's like, there's nothing I can do. But then they review the tape and the security camera. They see him do it. They keep telling him that the register's broken and they're trying to get him his check. And the fucking Santa Monica PD comes in.
Yep. And they get him.
There's a photo of him now online.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. That story is so intense because that girl was so freaked out because she was like, he's a friend of mine.
He's a good friend of mine from like a while. Like it wasn't a first date.
No, she'd known him for 1.5 years, it said.
And then here's another red flag. The girls were like, can we give you a ride to your car? Like, where's your car? And she's like, the car is at his place because he had me meet him at his house. So he had been like, you know what I mean? It's like, let's go back to your car. It's at my house. It's such a predatory thing. And so they put up a photo of him and they're like, if anyone else has a similar story,
come forward.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's one of those nice stories of the victim getting it's not victim blaming. It's taking everything. I don't know.
Well, it's protection. It's that we can actually help each other. We should help each other and reach out to each other and not be like, if those women were different types of women who either A, didn't pay attention, or B, were like, I don't want to get involved, then something terrible could have happened. But instead they were being like kind of nosy Nellies and being like, sorry, I'm going to say something.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think you and I would, and hopefully I think other people listening would be paying attention to those things and seeing that this guy is doing this weird fucking thing because, and when we're on our own dates and at a bar, like noticing weird fucking people's behavior. I think that's the point for me is that like, I want to be aware of every level.
We can take this anxiety and obsession and actually use it for good.
Yeah. Let's use our powers of anxiety for good and not evil.
And also, let's stay sexy.
And let's not get murdered.
We love you.
Bye.
This may surprise you, but clothes that feel good and look good don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Designs that make you feel as good as you look is what Hill House is known for.
Hill House Home invented the viral nap dress.
Hill House makes fun, versatile fashion that elevates your look. I now own 3 nap dresses. I love them. They're so comfy and cute. Pockets for days. You know? Get 15% off your first order of $100 or more at hillhousehome.com with code MFM15.
That's MFM15 for 15% off at hillhousehome.com.
Goodbye. While the world watches the stars at the FIFA World Cup, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent.
The future soccer stars who are already turning heads at age 14.
Because next doesn't wait for an invitation.
And Hyundai doesn't either.
Hyundai has always moved the future within reach.
Hyundai did it by making advanced safety standard on every vehicle.
And by engineering EVs with ultra-fast charging capability.
And Hyundai continues doing it every day because the future isn't some far-off concept. It's already here.
Next starts now.
Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
Goodbye.
If audiobooks are your thing, or if you've been meaning to listen to more of them, you should check out a podcast called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club, hosted by Cal Penn.
Each episode spotlights standout audiobooks on Audible across all kinds of genres: sci-fi, comedy, romance, thrillers, and more, with Cal talking to guests who help break down what makes each story worth listening to.
It's a fun, easy way to discover your next great audiobook.
Check out Earsay on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye.